Good morning, children. Today, let's move on to Chemistry, chapter number 5, Water, part 6. Learning objective to know about water as a disaster. In our previous video, we studied about drought. So, today, let's move on to flood. Even heavy and continuous rain for a long period of time can lead to a major disaster. When there is heavy and continuous rain and the soil and vegetation cannot be absorb all the water, then water runs off the land. It cannot be carried in river channels or retained in natural lakes and ponds, reservoirs and dams. The water then spread over a large area. This condition is called flood. Flood can have the following effects. Rapidly running water washes away the top layer of the soil. It leads to soil erosion and sedimentation of deposition problem downstream. Second point, if water rushes into the fields and godown, it destroys the crop and the stored food material. And third point, it leads to acute shortage of food, clean drinking water, etc. Fourth point, heavy rains and sudden rush of water carry away human beings, their houses, other belongings, and domestic animals and can cause death by drowning. Point number 5. During heavy rains, there are increased chances of the outbreak of epidemics, various kinds of infectious diseases, diarrhea, malaria, etc. Now let me give you the definition of epidemic. Epidemic is a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease in a community at a particular time. Next point, many aquatic animals are carried away by strong water currents and or deprived of their habitat. Next one is floods for a long period of time delay traffic, disturb the drainage system and often impair hydroelectric power. And last point is collapse of houses, buildings, bridges, banks and other structures leads to a lot of financial losses. Now let's move on to questions. Read these questions carefully and write your answers in your chemistry note. Question number 1. Explain the disaster caused by floods. Number 2. How does soil get affected due to excess of water? Number 3. In which condition does rain assume the shape of flood? And number 4. How do floods affect aquatic life? And 5. Define epidemic. Thank you, children.